Hello everyone, this is your middle-aged horror guy here, back with another movie review. Today we are going to be reviewing the movie 28 Years Later. Now, full disclosure, I never really got into the 28 Days movies when they first came out. I saw the first one back in 2002, but I don't remember much about it, honestly. I don't think I liked it originally, but in anticipation for this new movie, 28 Years Later, I went back and rewatched it, as well as the sequel, 28 Weeks Later. And boy, did I forget how good 28 Days Later actually was. And upon watching 28 Weeks Later for the first time, I might add, I actually like that one even better than the first one. Now, does this new movie live up to the first two? Well, let's discuss. Now, the basic premise of this movie is that 28 years after the initial outbreak of the so-called AIDS virus, this virus has pretty much been eradicated in Europe and has been contained to Great Britain and the surrounding areas, where they had been placed under a pretty much permanent quarantine, cutting itself off from the rest of the world. And there we come across a survivor community that lives on an island, cutting itself off from the mainland. And here's where we meet Jamie, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, his wife Elsa, played by Jodie Comer, as well as their son Spike, played by Alfie Williams. Now, this island community has managed to keep the infected out of the community, where they live, for the most part, simple, peaceful lives. Or so they thought. Now, I have to warn you, this movie is quite different from the previous two, where the first two were horror zombie outbreak movies. Director Danny Boyle here takes a very different and surprising approach to this one. Now, I was expecting a typical zombie outbreak movie, but what we got here was quite different and surprisingly unexpected. Now, with that being said, there's still a lot to like about this film. The movie still maintained its horror credibility with some pretty nasty, gory scenes. In fact, there's this one particular scene that was really disgusting that I actually had to look away from the screen, believe it or not. However, this movie has trouble maintaining the same tone throughout the movie. One minute it's an action horror movie, the next minute it's a coming-of-age survival drama movie. There's even some bits of comedy thrown in there that give this movie a very shifting tone. Now, one interesting thing that they do is they give us some info on the state of the rest of the world. Basically, it's revealed that the rest of the world has managed to stay clear of the infection and continues business as usual, so to speak, while they are left on their own, basically cut off from the rest of the modern world, pretty much left to die. There's even this one scene in the movie where Spike is shown a cell phone, and he has no idea what in the hell it is, which shows how out of touch they are with the rest of the modern world. Now, typically, in these type of movies, the infection takes over the whole world. But the fact that in this movie, the rest of the world has survived and is chugging along as usual, I find interesting and refreshing. Now, I thought in the first movie, it was revealed that the infection had spread to other parts of the world like America. But this movie makes no mention of that. And the second movie, 28 Weeks Later, they seem to ignore it altogether. And while some viewers may find that refreshing, others may be mad that they seemingly retconned some of those elements from the first two movies. Now, to be fair, the film, for the most part, still maintains its main zombie theme. The infected are still a big part of this movie. In fact, it's revealed that the infected in this movie have started to evolve, basically becoming a little smarter and caveman-like. They even have an alpha, which I feel works well for the premise of the movie. Now, one thing that may make or break this film for some is the ending. The last 5 minutes or so of this movie, without giving too much away, is let's just say, sort of silly in its tone, so to speak. I mean, they even play some sort of electronic British version of the Teletubbies theme song. And while I found that kind of entertaining and funny, others may find that weird and distasteful. And another thing about the ending is, let's just say, it ends very abruptly. And when I say abruptly, I mean the movie just fucking ends almost unsuspectedly, given hardly any indication, which will leave some viewers disappointed and confused. Now, to be fair, I understand they're trying to set up the next movie. Apparently, there is a new trilogy planned for this franchise. Surprise, surprise. And I guess they wanted to leave the audience in suspense and wanted more. But I feel there had to be a better way to end the movie more satisfying while still leaving the audience hyped up for the next movie and wanting more. Now, if all that being said, I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this movie. I mean, I appreciate them trying to bring something unique and different and refreshing to the genre. But from the different shifts in tone to the very abrupt ending, why I feel this is still a good movie, all the things I said above hold us back from being a great movie. While I think some viewers will find this movie refreshing, I think others, especially hardcore horror fans, may find this movie a little disappointing and lackluster. Now, if all that being said, I'm going to give this movie 3 out of 5 stars. I liked it, but I didn't love it, and feel it didn't quite live up to its full potential, unfortunately. Now, if all that being said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with me? Or do you have a totally different opinion? Please comment down below and let me know. And as always, please hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Well, that's all the time we have for the day. Remember, I'm a middle-aged horror guy, reminding you that you can love horror at any age. I'll see you next time.